Yo, what's going on, my beautiful people? It's your boy Lyndon with a brand new video here today, and we are here to kind of recap my weekend, my crazy bank holiday weekend. 3 days in a row, we were out, we had some drinks, we had some fun, we had some laughs, and yo, we're gonna review it right now. You see the title of the video, we're talk about kind of balance. One of the main things I'm talking in the video is kind of ego. I kind of want to talk about kind of like ego and kind of why we do the things that we do, kind of way it makes us interact with other people, and kind of how I find kind of dealing with people's egos in London specifically, because that's where I was this weekend. But yeah, without any further ado, make sure to like the video before we get into this. Thank you all for coming back, and like I say, it's a really entertaining video. I think I'm going to say a lot of things that maybe you don't expect me to say, but yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. So yo, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Let's go. So yeah, man. End of the 3 days. So you guys kind of missed out on yesterday's video. So on Saturday, I went with my mate Joe. We had like a chilled one. I went to watch my boyhood team, Burton Albion. Watch the team play. Obviously, my hometown club. We lost 4-3. Pretty interesting game. Ended up in Cambridge. Was a pretty good day out in all. Like it's decent travel, not far from London. Like I say, people were really nice. Like drinks were alright. Like it was good. It was just a good vibe, honestly. Like that was good. And then all building up on Sunday to the first day of Carney. Um, I'll say that obviously, like I didn't have like football and stuff. Obviously, about bank holiday, so it's just like getting ready, going straight to Carney. That'll kind of come back in later. I'll explain why. But yeah, basically straight into Carney first day. Carney first day was like amazing, like perfect vibes. It's like the perfect like kind of speed for me. Like everything was kind of good. Like I don't know, like it was just like it wasn't too busy, it wasn't too mad. It was just about right. It was really good. Like my first day, like my impressions were like so high at Carnival. I was like, if it's even close down on the second day, like we're in for an absolute treat. And obviously the third day comes around, which was today. I went out to Carnival for the second time, and it was all right. Like it was different. I think the energy was definitely it was turned up a lot more. It was mad. Like the streets were busier. Like everything, way more whistles, horns, madness. Like people, I can't lie. There was a lot, you say, a lot of beauty, a lot of girls. You have to appreciate beauty, man. There was a lot of, there was a lot of things there. I can't lie. There was, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like I know some people go out there and they do a madness, especially on these London streets. When I say a madness, I mean they're just out there like just chopping the world. But like, yo, when you see the amount of kind of beauty, all different things, like I say, all different races, like just everything. Like some people put a lot on show, some people put a little on show, and there's just a lot of beautiful faces. Like, yo, you have to appreciate it, man. Like I think literally every person I spoke to, we were just taking it in, man. It was a beautiful place to be with a lot of beautiful people there. So yo, shout out to them. Shout out to them. They appreciate that. They deserve that. So yeah, I had to give that kind of I had to put that point in there. But yeah, basically third day wasn't probably wasn't as good, and I think honestly like, I think for me it was like I was hearing songs that I thought are like sick. Like the songs were like I listened to them in my room like sober, like first thing in the morning. I have like my speakers right next to me, and I could blast these songs, and I'm like absolutely gassed. I'm playing at the gym, I'm absolutely gassed. But I was hearing it with like a crowd of people who like the same type of music, literally pumping on sound systems at like 50 times louder than anything I produced in my room. And like at the time, I just wasn't feeling it. And I think what it is that I think especially with kind of alcohol, it's like when you're having like a sick day and there's like alcohol constantly flowing, and you can constantly top it up, and you can be kind of at that, I don't know, like 80 to like 100% drunk, where you're like really like in the zone and everything's just sick and wavy. It's like alcohol's great, but when you're say you're out in the sun, like I lost my at one point, like I had to go to the toilet and lose my mates. So basically, I was out there for a long time. I didn't have my drink on me, so I left it with them. And it's like when you're down to like 60% drunk, 40% drunk, and then suddenly you don't have the energy, because that's when alcohol, when you're actually topping it up, like life is sick. But when you're going through 60%, 40%, you'll know these kind of feelings. Say if you're on like a very student, like you're on a student night out basically, and like you didn't really want to go out. You have like I don't know, like 20 or like 30 pounds. You have to really like budget your drinks. You can't just go to the bar like every time you want to go to the bar, and you have to go through times where basically you sober up after every drink. Like when you're sobering up, bros. You don't. If you're in a situation on a night out, or you're at a festival, you're at like let's say at Carney. If you're having to sober up every time, like you basically like when you're sobering up, you lose like your energy. Like you don't want to approach people. You don't want to be like that social. You don't want to be I don't know. You don't want to do your thing, innit? So Like, and I was finding that. I was finding when I was kind of down to like 50% kind of weight and like 30% kind of weight, like my energy was gone. And it's like, but these are the same songs. Like when I'm at the gym, when I'm going on a run, when I'm just in my room in the morning, I love these songs, bro. But when it's like when I'm like when the alcohol's coming out of me, I don't feel like the energy's do anything. And I was finding that for a long time, and I know it just never really got better. And man, it was such a weird day. It was like when I know a lot of people, obviously, the thing about Carney is like, everyone goes there to like catch wine, just like have like a mad time. And you know what? Like, the mad thing is like, even when I knew kind of from the start that my energy was down, but I was like, I'm gonna give it my best shot. I'm going with good people. Let's just have a good time. And it was like, even when I was there on my own and like, I was just trying to like get into the vibe of music and stuff, opportunities do drop. Like, people end up in front, like people just like end up like just when you end up with like the opportunity to meet people, to talk to people, and yeah, you can try and secure the ones. But I got to the point where I was like, I'm kind of like losing the energy from like the alcohol's going down in me, and like not that I was like I'm like down in drinks. I mean like that my level of waveness is coming down, and like I kind of learned today that like I am like when it comes to like that whole kind of small talk thing, like it's not for me. Like I'm not like a fan. It's just like when you're approaching like kind of new people. I know for me to kind of be bothered with people like if someone shows interest in me, I think that's just show interest in them. That's an ego. That's a straight ego thing. Like that's undeniable. But then I think otherwise, it's like if I'm trying to get to know new people, and if someone else follows me or something, it's like I like to get invested in the story. I like to kind of get to know them, see them over like I don't know, like a few weeks, see what they're about. Like I say, if they have like interesting content, I'll check out the content, and then like I tend to even like say platonic friendships, like even like male friendships or female, like say friendships or relationships. It's like I kind of get to know a person over like a period of time, and then like I grow more kind of feelings as things go on. Whereas when you're at kind of carny and it is just like someone's trying to like satisfy like their time and like I don't know, maybe a gal's in front of you. Like I remember, and there's just no offense because obviously this is more in my mind than it is to do with anyone else. Like, and I'm not putting any sort of blame on like any like girls or anything. They just had to have a good time. They're not thinking about anything too deep. But it's like I'm there and there's like a girl in front of me, she's kind of giving me a vibe, and then like I don't know, I'm sitting there in front of her. She's not really even into the dance. Like she's got like a phone in her hand, like a vape, like just vaguely talking to me, like not really showing like any mad sort of interest, but you know you can just doing like they're doing little things like you can tell the little signs where someone wants you to like go and like engage that dance, but like my mood's kind of dropping out. I'm not really in the mood to kind of do it, and like I remember feeling like oh, I might even like, give it a try, but I was just like I can't be asked. Like, and that was it, man. And at that point, I knew it was time to go home because like the Jamaican in me wasn't copulated. Like, but like I think sometimes it's important, and I think just like even when I was moving around with my mates, it's like bro, I was flying around like my boxing training like really came in. It was like I was like sliding through crowds. I was like doing my like I was on my ones and twos, moving back and forward on my in my stance and like weaving through crowds and wanting to run. And I think like it being like bank holiday. Usually on Sunday I go out and play football. Maybe I would have gone gym like in between like the days. But obviously like when you're drinking alcohol and like stuff, obviously you're not going to go into the gym because like either it's like you don't have time or it's like there's literally like you wake up, you have like 2 hours to get ready to go and prepare and like speak to people trying to plan to go to the next day, so it's like you don't find time. So it's like I'm not really done if it's like size like when I'm actually out in Carney, it's like so I just enjoying the moment and actually wanting to like chill and actually like take it in. I'm actually more like running around, not running around, but I'm more like I'm trying to do like the London fast food, like I'm really trying to get somewhere, whereas like I'm not even really taking in the vibes because naturally I just want to work hard. I want to kind of get to the next thing. Like I'm not someone taking kind of 3 days off is kind of long for me. I remember when I was younger and I did my first kind of lads holiday, and it's like the first like 2 days were like sick. It's like oh yeah, going out, yeah, out here in Zante, going to bars, yeah, all these like cheap drinks and everything. It was like so sick. But then like I get like for the fourth day and I'm like, what am I doing here? Because I want to go back and do something good. Like I always think about kind of YouTube or like my gym grind, football or like boxing. I always think I always want to do something like I don't know, like speak to people, expand like the relationships with people that like I really like treasure. Like, whereas when you just outside just partying, man, it just kind of feels a bit empty sometimes. Um, like I say, no, honestly, it was a sick time, and obviously the years are going on. People are having a great time. People are loving it. People like are getting absolutely like smashed. People are like say, there's bare like people like bunning in the air and stuff, and it's mad. It's like even like it's just mad. Even seeing that, like the idea of like walking around with like kind of like policemen everywhere. And like, yo, it's just policemen like security and everything, and like people just walk past them with like they're smoking and like chilling, and everything's just kind of calm. Like, I can't lie, that's a really good vibe, and like it's kind of mad. You kind of wish London had more of that. I can't lie, like it was just like it was a really good vibe, the carnival. But like life's about balance, man, and I feel like but especially by like the end towards the end of the third day, like I really didn't care. Like I knew that I needed to go back and just kind of do something productive. So I got back on the train. We left about 2 hours before the carnival ended, and then like just yeah, sitting back, eating some food, hopping on YouTube, and I want to go for a run, man. Like literally, I think I can see why kind of people get more successful as they become older. Because it's like I know me as like an 18-year-old, me as like a 20-year-old. It's like even if an event was bad, the fact that it's like, oh, this is my day off, and oh, these are like my best times, and it's like, oh, I might not be busy for like another like I might be busy for another like 6 weeks now. So it's like you have to sit here and you have to enjoy the litness and you have to stay here. But like as I'm growing older, I'm realizing now if the vibe isn't there, the vibe isn't there. Like if you're not fully engrossed in the vibe, then like you can take yourself out of it and let other people enjoy. Like there's nothing. Why am I being there like kind of like straight faced, not really wanting to dance with anyone, not really being in the mood when everyone else is like just they want to get on it. It's like I feel like you're just being a bit of a nuisance at that point. So take yourself out of it and do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do with your life, especially in London, bro. You no one particularly like cares about you until you're someone, man. And the thing is, what I felt as well, like being at Carnival, is that the thing that doesn't work that well is that in London, there's a lot of people making money, a lot of people who are successful, and everyone kind of thinks like they're that person. Like, and it's like you see it when like people are like queuing for stuff or trying to push around the queues. It's like everyone values their time over everyone else. So you see a lot of people where it's like people are like politely waiting in the queue, and some guys just like f that and just like charges free. People are charging free backwards. People are just like winding up with a girl and like whatever, and like there's like a whole like you got realize non-hill where like literally like there's like so little space to walk through some places, and it's like you'll find like little walking lines. And people will literally just stop the line for like 30 seconds because they want to like chill whatever or take a photo. And it's like you're literally blocking like 50 people's time at Carney because you want to stop and just chill in the middle. And it's like, but people live in their own worlds. Like this makes me realize more than ever that like unless you give someone a reason to really like care or rate what you do, like they just won't. Like because people are so in their own lives, have their own struggles, have their own problems. Like yo, not everything everyone like, the problem is Carney is like everyone feels like they're a main character when in reality they're not. Like for me, if you're I'll be real with you, like yeah, you could be a pretty sick person on the ground, but if you're not in the DJ booth, if you're not big enough to be in the DJ booth, you're not big enough to be performing, you're not big enough to like I don't know, be like working in the event or be like a special guest or something, you're not at the level you could be. Like there is definitely levels. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be a couple of people like there'll be such as the rule where it's like proper celebrities on the ground doing their thing, but the majority of people who are like up there aren't there popping bottles, bro. They're either working or like I say, they're just using their like clout to do something mad. Like it's yo, there's just a lot of people where it's like they just want to feel like they're the most important person in that rave, and it's like chances are it's not you. And I'm not someone where it's like I think a lot of people see me like a big guy. It's like when there's like queues and stuff, they're like, oh, just push through, use your side, whatever. But it's like I'm not. I'm one of those people. Like I'm not that bothered. Like I will wait and I will like yo. I try and be respectful and stuff like that. Like that's something that I really value. But yeah, I'm not one of the people to force litness. I feel like I'm kind of controlling down. Sorry, I'm kind of calm down, controlling that part of my life. And I feel like I'm on a really good path, man. I'm not exactly where I want to be. I think sometimes I'm in a position where I probably undervalue myself somewhat. Like I think I've played this concept before on YouTube, but basically there's usually like where you think you are and where you actually are, and it's like I probably think let's say like let's say on a scale of like 1 to 5. 5 is like the top person you can be. One's like failing basically. One's like you're like no one rates you basically. And I'd say right now I probably have the confidence someone is like a 2 out of 5, but I'm probably a 3 out of 5. Like I'll be honest, like I feel like I'm kind of middle of the pack, starting to really show some really progressive signs. Like I probably say I actually probably am a 3, but I have the confidence of a 2. So like I don't move, and I probably don't get the results that I probably could do because I don't have the confidence to want that I actually am. But I think you kind of always will move. You'll always move like a step below where you actually are. So I believe what I want to do is get to the point where I'm actually a 4, but at least I think I'm a 3. So when I think I'm a 3, it's like I know I will get the results, and then maybe when I'm really on top of my game, I will get the kind of top results that I want. But like, if for me, it is literally just like, and I'm one of the people where it's like, people listen to like kind of my earlier kind of comments and be like, oh, looking like the girl that like just looks disinterested, whatever. It's like, I'm not blaming her, bro. It's mentally, it's all inside me. This video has not been about other people. Like, as much as I've said about kind of other people's egos, it's like, I'm recognizing what's going on within myself. And for me, it's like, I know from where I'm at, maybe I just need to work, and we'll see where we are in a year's time. And it's one of the things, like my channel's like documenting what life's like for me, and I hope kind of in a year's time, I want to go back to Carnival, of course. I will be back in London next year, obviously working hard, going to uni, trying to get that money up, trying to get that life, trying to get the life experience up, trying to really get a career going. It's like, I hope I can come back to this video in a year's time. Hopefully we get to react to something. We'll actually have a look and see kind of how things have changed. To say, like I say, I'm hoping they will change, and I'm hoping that, I don't know, we'll spend Kanye a bit differently. Maybe I'm out here with like Ciroc bottles, like a lot of these men were. Whether I'm out here with like Ciroc bottles, wearing like that like high like end fashion stuff, like, and yo, obviously the confidence different when like they're just rolling through, getting cocktails whenever they want, like, and just it's a different life. So if I'm living that life, we'll see kind of how that kind of changed me. Does the money change me as a person? And when we get there, stuff like that. It's always a question I always ask myself, man. But right now, it's just like working hard, grinding, making a name for myself, and just doing my thing. Like, as much as, like I say, sometimes I don't have the confidence, I hop on camera and I talk for like half an hour, and people tune in. So I must be doing something right. Like, I can't be like, it can't be failing that much, bro. Because people actually come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I actually watch your videos," and like, I'm actually surprised you can speak that long. It's because, yeah, because I've always had this confidence. Like, I've been doing this. I've been speaking to a camera since I was 12 years old, man. Like, obviously, there's levels we can go with it. Like, obviously, there's like editing and stuff that probably needs to be done, and there's reasons why that hasn't been done, to be fair. And I'll play some flash play in the future video. But yo, I'm at a point where I do feel kind of like I know life's going in the right way. It's just how long it takes to get there, and you know what? I'm kind of here for the journey. But yeah, I kind of got the point where it's like 3 days of drinking, just too much. Like I get there's too much relaxing, not enough kind of action going on. So yeah, for the future, I think literally 2 days max, and then get back to work. And then maybe if I get to a level where I really feel like I put my like heart into stuff and like I'm fully committed, then maybe we can have 3 days of relaxation. But it's gonna be rare, and maybe when I get to that point, I just want to keep pushing forward. So I won't want to take 3 days off. But yeah, that's my kind of bank holiday weekend. Let me know what you think. Life is all about balance. Just literally kind of just thinking about what I appreciate in life, really. And I don't know, maybe I'm a bit narcissistic. I can't lie for not liking small talk. I don't know if that's even the right word. I feel like it is. I've realized that I just generally I had to be interested in people. Like I like the story. Like I just like finding out about people. Like I say, obviously, if you have common interests and stuff, I mean, always make stuff better, always make stuff good. But it's like, see, especially like I feel bad for saying this, but it's like, especially when it's like, oh, you're meeting like a new girl or something, like especially you're meeting like just like loads of different people, loads of different girls, whatever, and it's like kind of the small talk. It just doesn't interest me, man. Like I'll be like with a girl, I'll be like talking, I'll be like with a group like girls and guys or whatever and like whatever, and it's like the opportunity comes and it's like, yo, you try and like talk and get the girl there, say the right. That's the thing. It's like say the right thing. Like I can't even bother to play that game. I don't even want to do that. Like, yo, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. I'll vibe with the music anyway. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, let's ask the right question. Oh, what's your favorite type of music? Oh, where would you like to? I don't go in the world. I'm not even know. Like, these aren't even questions I'd even use. Like, they're just kind of my example. It's just kind of like to even be having to think on that level. If it doesn't come naturally, I don't want to do it. It's like because if you think I'm like this smooth operator, this like king of game, it's like then you're coming to me in real life and be like, oh, this guy's actually so quiet. It's like, yeah, because I actually am quiet and I get passionate about the things I want to talk about and the things I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about, and I'm not someone who just like likes to force small talk. That's just not me personally. But yeah, I don't know if you guys any relate on that or whether you just think, yo, just like get on with it. You're a man, like. Just get your game. Just get your game on point. Just just nail everything about you. Do your looks, max it. Like just chill out on that one. You know what? I'm at a point now where it's like the stuff that I don't do well is I know I don't do well and I know I can improve. And the stuff I do right is like actually continue on the right path, make it even better. Like I'm at a point now where I feel like I can kind of self-regulate myself. Some things are going right, some things could be improved, and we'll look to improve it. And I'll always look internally first by blaming anything else in my environment. Um, but yeah, much love. That's what I say. Kind of talk about the bank holiday weekend. Really enjoyed it. Like I said, I feel like I'm about to sober up now. I'm gonna make sure my phone's charged back up, and then I'm gonna go for a run. Just because I got tomorrow off as well, and I want to get back on my horse, back on the grind, back to kind of real life after time relaxing. Hopefully, alcohol will leave my system very soon. I can just get back to real life, man, and just keep leveling up. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Much love to everyone. Yeah, obviously I've been a bit still kind of tipsy from that day and that. So obviously the eye contact's not been the best and stuff like that. I do apologise. If I stumbled any words, I do apologise. But if we get live and direct, new videos. Man was chilling in Ladbroke Grove. You know the ones. You know what we're saying right now. When I say live and direct, AJ Tracy. Yo, NHC, it's been a good. To be fair, anyone I met over the weekend who's coming across videos from me the weekend, to find on my Instagram or anything, welcome. Like I say, it's just I had a really good time. Yeah, just thoughts in the head of my mind at the end of the day. And like I say, I'm not that important. That's one of the big things as well. Ego is the enemy. It's a book I need to read actually. I'm gonna stop talking. Have a good day.